Hi everyone, my name is Magdalene Mabsela and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to do a review of Tapelo Big Dreamers Masterclass, right? So he talks about unlocking business growth, the customer growth hack. So I'm very new to business and I really don't know what I want at this stage, but I still want to do the review, right? I just want to share how I feel about this. So it talks about the reason why entrepreneurs fail to make profit enough is for you to learn. For you to earn, you need to learn. So how many of us invest in learning? How many of us invest in growing our knowledge of something? So including myself, I'm very, very guilty. I don't invest in learning. Maybe that's why I earn so little. But anyway, let's hope our creator will make a plan and will finally find a way to learn and eventually earn, right? He says if you don't learn you cannot earn, which is the truth. Most of people who are not learning, we are low incomers, low earners. So he says when learning becomes right, the earning becomes right. So yeah, we need to make sure that we learn. Okay, how do I grow my clients? So he shares a story about, I remember vividly in my one bedroom where I used to have breakfast in bed, lunch in bed, dinner in bed, not because I had options, but because bed is the only thing that I had. Sometimes you start little. You're going to start in that one bedroom, but only God and ancestors and your guides and Jesus, those are the only people that know where you are going and what you need to do to get there. So he says, I had an idea, take this concept, build it into cash. Build an asset and employ people. Our purpose is not to be superheroes, but to take a concept, create a living for us and others. Sure. Morawa modimo ha esale o mphitlhela ke makete fela. I have seen the power of pursuing a dream. I've seen the power of positioning myself for a dream because I have a belief. I had a belief that this thing works, right? It's hard to convince a person that this thing works if the person does not believe in it. How many of us, we don't believe in ourselves? We don't believe in our dreams and even our goals, right? So sometimes the self-belief is the start. Start believing in yourself. I think that's the lesson that I'm getting. It says, black child, it is possible. His secret is leveraging on the power of a willing customer, a willing buyer, right? That is willing to pay for a service. Leverage on that. So that's the lesson for all of us. Unlocking your business growth. It talks about understand the economics of your business model. Nothing is as frustrating for an entrepreneur like having a product and having no one to buy it. That's the worst. I had a product last year, but I had nobody to buy. But eventually my friends were buying. So he talks about sell first, create after. He talks about the offer principle, meet to leads. He talks about the sales hunter mindset, and he talks about be do have principles. So we're learning that. Understanding the economics of business model. He talks about understand what you are solving. Understanding gives clarity and speed. We get into business to make money. How do you make money in business? Understand how to make money in business. The conversation starts with the customer. The aspect of your business is the customer. So when you talked about the aspect of your business is the customer, I thought the aspect of my business is me. But yeah, I think the way he puts it, it makes sense that it is the customer that knows your business. It is the customer that has the needs. So it's just a shifting perspective. Understand who you are serving. Not everyone becomes your customer, right? Understand your margins, costing and pricing. A dream that cannot cost you is a dream that cannot carry you. Yeah. Many people with great ideas are poor because they cannot put a price to the concept. Yes, we just fail to put a price on our concepts. Then there's a part where he says, when you're poor, you have so many great ideas, right? And I think that's true because when you're broke, you have so many ideas of things that you want to implement, but when it's time to implement, it's a different story. It talks about understand your numbers, profit. When you're in business, the language is numbers. In a price, there's a cost and a survival amount. Play away from registration of companies until you understand and generate a system of making money. Second principle, sell first, create after. You can't love a vision but hate selling. The game of selling has to be normal to you before you celebrate the status of running a business. Your ability to sell is determined by get the right model. What are you selling? Pizza is a product, but the model is what you're selling. So yeah, I've learned that okay, pizza is a product. I loved when he was talking about this part where pizza is a product, and then what are you selling? You are selling transformation. You are selling user experience, right? It's very, very important to understand that all of us are in the business of making, of changing people's experience, but we just change the experience in different ways. So I liked this part of it. He said people don't buy a product, they buy a transformation. This was very much learning for me. I just learned a lot. People don't buy a juice, they buy the experience of the juice. We are in the business of changing people's experience, right? Transforming the people's experience. They need to know how they feel after consuming your product. It talks about get the market right. Market is a place where you find a willing buyer and a willing seller. I did not know that. I thought market is a place where you just sell. But then we learn every day. Commodity market, we always go for the one who is cheapest. In any market, we always buy for the cheapest. And then what happens when the price is the same? Then that's where we look at experience, the cleanness, those type of things. Okay, premium value market. Business growth will always reflect your own growth as a person. We always get to compete in a premium value market. Message. Your message should match the desire of transformation of your clients. Sell the transformation but position the results. Proven zero money strategy to building a business. Compensation comes after confidence. Until you become confident, no one will pay for what you're selling. Offer hack principle. Meet to leads. Success requires presence. Until you appear, no one will buy your product. The issue is that you are not making enough offers. More offers, more leads, more customer, more profits. Between more offers and more clients, there will always be a gap, which is a goal, activities, and processes. The sales hunter. Sometimes it's not about convincing, but conversing. Develop a skill to converse. Bring a life-changing experience into conversation. Communicate your products in a life-changing way. Don't always hunt, kill. Sometimes hunt. 2. Every misery has its own experience. 2 years ago, my father realized that he was suffering from heartburn. There were no medicine he could use. Then we used home concoction. We used the home concoction, it worked, and then we developed into immune booster. Be to have principle. Be the person who qualifies for the results you want. So yeah, I've learned a lot from this. I've learned that the reason why I'm not earning is because I'm not learning. The reason why selling has to be a culture, has to be something that's normal for us to make it in business. The business model, I didn't know that the experience is actually what we learn. I did learn it last year, but the way he puts it so nicely that you just understand it. He talks about the numbers. Learn your numbers. I don't think I'm even at the stage of learning numbers, but we learn as we grow. Thank you for listening to my review. Love and light.